Access to lounges through credit cards. Welcome to the Canada Credit Card Expert channel. Today we are going to name the 24 credit cards that will give you outright free access to lounges. Some stipulations, we're going to cover it all for you so you actually know which credit cards to get for totally free, not a mere membership. And by the way, we're only talking about personal cards today. So let's start right at the top. Obviously, to get access to lounges, you will actually need a good card. And good card means it has to be a high category card. So obviously, the ones that will actually give you more will be in the higher categories. So at the very top, number 1 and 2 are the American Express Centurion and American Express Platinum cards. And these cards, obviously the Centurion being the only Category 6 credit card in Canada, and the Platinum card would actually give you access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection, which includes roughly 1,500 lounges through Priority Pass, as well as Aspire and Escape lounges, and obviously the American Express own branded Centurion lounges and the American Express lounges, and you can find them all in places as far and wide as Sydney, Buenos Aires, London, etc. Now, a quick word about American Express Platinum and Centurion when it comes to access to lounges. They do also have an arrangement with Lufthansa and Delta Sky Clubs for their lounges when you fly with these airlines. In the case of Lufthansa, if you fly with Swiss and Austrian, it's also okay. But in the case of these two airlines, you cannot actually bring a guest. So far so good. Very ample. By far the best in Canada. Now, the next 3 cards would actually relate to the Aeroplan Premium credit cards, and that is at number 3 and 4, tied, is the TD and CIBC Visa Infinite Privilege Aeroplan credit cards. Now, because they are Visa cards, all Category 5 Visa cards, namely Visa Infinite Privilege cards, would actually get you network benefit in the form of 6 lounge passes to Dragon Pass. Dragon Pass is actually the contractor for Visa and MasterCard Canada for lounge provision. So quintessentially, by having these cards, you will be getting these 6 lounge passes on top of what you're getting with all of these 3 premium credit cards, Aeroplan core branded credit cards, that is, which is MLL, which is Maple Leaf Lounge access in North America. So if you do have the TD or the CIBC Visa Infinite Privilege Aeroplan, you will be getting 6 lounge passes plus unlimited access when you fly on Air Canada or Starlines to any MLL in North America. Now, the same is true for the card ranked number 5, the American Express Reserve Aeroplan, but that one will give you the MLL North America without the other 6 lounge passes, which, as we mentioned, is a network unique to Visa. Let's move on. Next one would be actually lounge passes by number, quantity. So 10 lounge passes. You will be getting 10 lounge passes through Dragon Pass and the Visa Airport Companion Program if you have the Category 5 Scotiabank American Express Platinum card, which is a great card just for the sake of not having any foreign exchange fee. It's $399 a year, and you will be getting 10 lounge passes to Dragon Pass. Now, the next list would actually go for credit cards that have 6 lounge passes included. So that is pretty much all the remaining Visa Infinite Privilege Category 5 credit cards. So that is at the very top, a Desjardins Odyssey Visa Infinite Privilege. Now, you might be asking, why is this card slightly better than all the other remaining Visa Infinite Privilege? Well, Desjardins has its own branded lounges at Montreal Airport. Now, if you do not live in Montreal or never travel to Montreal, then it won't make any difference to you. But if you do travel to Montreal or lives next to YUL, then obviously you will be able to use these 12 lounge passes on top of the 6 network benefits. So that means you will be getting 6 by the sheer fact that you have a Visa Infinite Privilege, 12 passes for the Odyssey, any of the Odyssey 2 lounges in Montreal. There is one Odyssey lounge that is the Desjardins branded lounge in Montreal International section, and another one is in the United States transborder section. So you have 6 plus 12 essentially. Now, All the other Visa Infinite privilege are actually, you can see them on the screen. By being Visa Infinite Privilege, Category 5 Visa, you will be getting 6 lounge passes to Dragon Pass, and these cards are the Vancity Enviro, BMO Eclipse, and CIBC Aventura, CIBC Aeroplan, RBC Avion Private Banking, all of them Visa Infinite Privilege. And of course, we do actually have one more great offering for you, which is actually something nice to know, because you do not actually need to have a Category 5 card, and you could still be getting 6 lounge passes without going for a Category 5 card, which means as far as Visa is concerned, the income could be 60k instead of 150, and also obviously Category 4 cards are actually 100 to 200 bucks a year, while Category 5 start at 395. We are talking about the Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite. Now, this card would still get you 6 lounge passes. It has no foreign exchange whatsoever, and again, lower annual fee and lower income requirement. All Category 5 cards get priority security at 4 airports. So again, we are getting a Visa Infinite Privilege priority security at Montreal, Ottawa, Vancouver, and Toronto Island Airport, while this particular card doesn't actually qualify for that. So we kind of pushed it a little bit down, but in terms of lounge passes, this is absolutely the same 6 lounge passes that you will be getting with any of the other cards. So that is great news. You do have access for much less annual fee and less income requirement. Now let's move on. 4 lounge passes. Now, which cards in Canada would actually give you 4 lounge passes? Firstly, let's name the BMO Ascend World Elite card, essentially the only MasterCard that will actually give you 4 lounge passes, which are flex. There is one more which is coming right at the end of this video, so stick around. And then we have the American Express Gold card, which through American Express partnership with Priority Pass will get you Priority Pass, but the 4 lounge passes would actually have to be used on, well, in any Plaza Premium Lounge in Canada. There are quite a few of them across the board, but that is still 4 lounge passes through American Express. Now, the other credit cards on the list of the 4 lounge passes are all, Visas actually. One of them is the CIBC Aventura card, and the other one is the TD First Class Travel Visa Infinite, and that is 2025 pretty new benefit of this card. So 4 lounge passes for this card as well. Finally, we do have another great offering like we had with the Scotia Passport. Now we have the only credit card on the list which is actually Category 3 credit card, which means, again, income requirement could go down to 15k a year. So with 15k a year minimum income, you can apply and actually get access to 4 lounges annually, lounge passes that is. Although this is considered to be the Category 3, the most expensive Category 3 around is 139. Category 3 goes for 40 to 139. So this card, very similar to the CIBC Aventura Visa Infinite. It is the CIBC Aventura Gold card. Quintessentially is the same, but again, being a Category 3, doesn't have the emergency medical insurance, but it doesn't also have the obviously the minimum income requirement for Category 4, which is 60k. So there you have it. 2 more cards to go. National Bank with 8 lounge passes. Now you might be asking, how come this is not much further up? Well, the 8 lounge passes are only applicable to the only lounge that is branded as National Bank, and that is the international section of Montreal Airport National Bank Lounge. Now, there are 8 lounge passes, that is true, but they are only valid for this particular lounge, which is, by the way, accessible by other Priority Pass as well as the Dragon Pass program. So anyway, that's why we thought this is not, strictly speaking, 8 lounge passes per se, with all the flexibility we mentioned above. So if you do actually live in the Montreal area, or you actually use this airport kind of a lot, that'll be 8. Otherwise, it would be pretty much nil. And finally, as you probably noticed in the header, we have +1. Well, there is one more credit card that would actually give you 4 lounge passes, and that is the ATB World Elite MasterCard. The only thing about this particular card is you gotta be an Albertan, meaning you gotta be a resident of the province of Alberta, and this is actually why we relegated this credit card to the +1 at the very end of our video today. That would mean 20 in Canada, +1 for Albertans. That is 4 lounge passes through the Dragon Pass program provided by the World Elite MasterCard. And that would sum it all up for you. Free lounge access. Thank you all for being with us today. You're more than welcome to subscribe at the bottom. That would definitely help us. We will see you soon.